Gentlemen, Liberty Crypto Guy here. How are you doing today on this wonderful Monday? Today we're going to be talking about some moving averages and why I use them on the charts. For example, here I like to use the 50 period EMA and the 200 period EMA. And what that means is over the last 50 candles, which each one of these on the screen is a candle, it gives you the average price of what those last 50 candles would be. And so right now the average price of the last 50 candles is 26,569, and that's our yellow line right here. And you can color them whatever color you like. So, and then the 200 average is blue, and it's 26,665. So right now we are below both of those averages at the moment. And if we wanted to add another one, we would click indicators here, go to one of my favorites here. It says moving average exponential, and it would say that I can only have 3 indicators open at a time. So there you go. So another thing you can do, so when the price is below the moving averages, it typically moves averaging down, and when it's above it, it averages up. So if we scroll back here, we could probably see we're above the yellow line, so things tend to trend up, get below the yellow line, and things go down. So moving averages can be very helpful in kind of determining where's a good time to buy. Breaks above the yellow, goes way up, breaks below the yellow, goes down. Good buy points, good sell points. And so this is a very helpful tool to do that. So let's go to the daily. So if you go to the daily, now we're talking days. Like the last 200 days and the last 50 days, what's the average price? And so the farther you go out, I like to go with monthly, but monthly is not going to show a 200 month because there's just not that much time. And I like to look at it on the logarithmic scale. So, and then if you click auto, it automatically sizes it to fit your screen. So you can see we had to build up to the 20,000 last time, and Bitcoin tends to move in waves. So we got above the yellow on the weekly, or no, on the monthly, and it rolled all the way up here to 20,000, came back down, just barely dipped below it for a little bit, and then pumped back up. Here we have about 14,000, back down. This is the worldwide panic. Great time to buy. Drop below. Last chance to buy at this price, and we have never seen that price again. Probably never will, as long as Bitcoin exists. So it went up. We topped out at our 60,000, came back down to 30, bounced, had a second top, and then came down from the second top and bottomed in this area around 15. Question is, will we come back down to this 15 level, or will we just continue sideways and maybe head up again? Well, if we look back in history, you can see you drop below and then you bounce and you run. Advertisements, that's the downside to having the free. So it comes down, it touches, and it runs. Here it dipped below a little bit and it ran. And then it dipped below a second time on the last cycle. So, question is, will we dip below a second time? If we do, be a great chance to buy. If we don't, it's still a good chance to buy because there's a good chance that, as we discussed in our last one, that we could top out anywhere from like 150 to 229, depending on what happens with other factors in the market. So here we go, we got a weekly chart. You can see we bottomed out here and we're in between the two moving averages. On the weekly, we're like right above the 200. And so this can act as support while we're above it. Below it was acting as resistance. We got rejected and then fell down, broke through the 200, tried to come up and retest it, got rejected, came down here and got rejected again, then finally broke above it, and then we used it as support once. We bounced off of it one time earlier. See, as long as you don't close the candle below it, the wicks, it could drop below it before the close, and then as long as it closes the candle, the body of it, above the average, it's still holding it as support. Same thing goes for resistance. We didn't close above the 50, close below it, so we're in between the 200 and the 50 on the weekly chart right now. And on the monthly, yeah, we're just barely hovering above the 50 month. So we will see what happens as time moves forward and we get closer to the halving. The halving is set to be around mid-April of next year, where our supply will be cut. And as long as demand stays the same or increases, the price will go up. With that, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.